was answered by the other Egyptian hieroglyphics, which clarified that there was actually 2 Egyptian cities called Thebes. One Thebes was called the Thebes of the West. The Egyptians wrote this, the Thebes of the West. I had to remember that the Egyptian hieroglyphic text called the Americas, the Southland and the Northland. Just as we still call these 2 continents today, South America, North America. Egypt also called the Americas the 2 lands. So when they say the Pharaoh or the king of 2 lands, they talking about North and South America. Egypt also called the Americas 2 lands, the ancient hieroglyphic place of Thebes of the West in the 2 lands of the Americas. Now you starting to get it. Let's keep going. Israel, modern day Israel, establishment of a state of Israel in 1948. That ain't even old enough to be nobody Jerusalem. That ain't nobody Jerusalem right there. My great grandma older than that. Y'all got to come better than that. Just because Hebrews lived in this area don't make it the birthplace of Hebrews. It already got a fake name, bro. Jerusalem came from Herusalem. Jeru came from Heru. Jesus came from Heru. Let's keep going, man. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to my live, man. Cash out, we know the truth now. All right. Let's keep going. I got to shrink that one down. Now, they talking about Inky. I got to shrink this down so y'all can read this, bro. Dang, I got to shrink these down. These too big. All right. Now let's go back to some other stuff I was showing y'all, bro. Horite Hebrew, derived from Horus. Horus is Heru. Horus is the vehicle. Horus is the father. The altar of fire has a bird that is Heru or Horus symbolism. Whoever put this bird on their artifacts believed in Hebrew. They don't want you to know that. When you see these bird altars on the ground, like in Georgia, it's one in Georgia. Bird altars on the ground, when you see all these bird effigy mounds, when you see all these bird artifacts, that is Horite Hebrew ideology, y'all. It's all over America. All over America, bro. Roll the coin. Variant words, they say the Akkadians came up with Hebrew, which is the Babylonians and Assyrians, which is like the Anunnaki people. That's after us, bro. Don't never think that shit before Egypt. This after Egypt. Don't never let them people tell you that the Akkadians and the Assyrians and the Babylonians had knowledge before Egypt and the Nubians and America. That's what they lie to you with. They got it after they took over Egypt, bro. The original names were Aparu, Habaru, and Haparu, rendered Hebrew in English Bibles. Okay, let me show you what that means. Let me show y'all what that means. Haparu, Aparu. The biblical Hebrews had been in Egypt for generations. The biblical Hebrews have been in Egypt for generations. That means they've been there for a long time, but that don't mean they from there, y'all. That don't mean they from there. Don't get that twisted. They bought that there. They bought that there. But don't mean they from there. Don't get that twisted. They bought that there. They bought that there. But Operu. The biblical Hebrew had been in Egypt for generations. That don't mean they from there, y'all. But apparently they became a threat to the pharaohs of Egypt, and the pharaohs enslaved them. They became a threat. Why were they a threat to Egypt? They not Egyptians. They came from somewhere else, and Egyptians got jealous of them and enslaved them. That's what happened. The Hebrews came to the area. The Egyptians enslaved them. The Assyrians enslaved them. The Babylonians, the Akkadians enslaved them. There you go. Why they don't like Hebrews? Why are it's separated? Egypt and Nubia separated. They not the same people, y'all. They came from somewhere with this Hebrew knowledge. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, this is talking about Horus and the winter solstice. Horus was conceived by the overshadowing of the sun, y'all. The winter solstice. That's where December 25th come from, right? Die and rise on the third day. Where you hear that story from? Y'all already know the story. Y'all already know the story. Y'all know where they come from. Let's keep going. The early Horite Hebrew was a ruler priest, caste that believed that heavenly recognition of a people depended on the righteousness of the ruler priest. Righteousness, Horite Hebrew. Only one line of people were Horite Hebrews. And guess what they built? Guess what they built? All the structures, all the mounds. All the mounds. Horite Hebrews built mounds first. Then they built pyramids. Where the fuck are the mounds at? America. You think the mound builders one Hebrews? That's where you got it fucked up at. Don't just think the pyramid people were Hebrews. The mounds were Hebrew mounds. And I'm going to show you that. You know I'm going to show you. You know I'm going to show you. You know I got the receipt for that. You know I got the receipt for that. Whoa! What y'all talking about? Resurrected body, he has traversed the mound of Horus, transversed the mound of Horus of the northerners and the southerners, North America, South America, mounds of Horus. Why are bird effigies coming out the mounds of Horus in America? We know the truth now.